We've started. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our regular Sunday service for September the 10th, 11th. Sorry, yesterday was 10th. Thank you, September 11th. And it's nice to see all of you here. And also welcome to those who are joining in by Zoom as well. And we'll begin this morning's service with a moment of silent meditation, followed by the recitation of the name of the Buddha or the Nembutsu. No one knows, no one knows, no one knows, no one knows, no one knows. No one. Next, we're going to be reading together the Shin Buddhist Pledge. Now, I'm going to, let's see, is it in the screen on? Yeah, I just turned it on now, but I think it's in the, I think it's the same version that's in here. Okay. We have different versions of the same thing, and so I'm just, let me just double check to make sure. Oh, it's a little bit different. So we'll read the one that's on the screen. Can you all see that? Is it too small? How's that? And let me just. It's a little bit different from the one that's in the text. Okay. The Shin Buddhist Pledge. I take refuge in the vow of the Buddha. Uttering the sacred name, I will live my life with strength and serenity. I receive the light of the Buddha. I will put effort into my work with self-reflection and gratitude. I follow the teaching of the Dharma. Discerning the right path, I will spread the true Dharma. I rejoice in the compassion of the Buddha. I will respect and help others and do my best for the welfare of all mankind. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. We'll now have the sutra chanting. We're actually going to chant the Jusege in Japanese, and then we're going to chant it afterwards in English as well. Okay. So Jusege, and actually, I should be handing out this one. Yeah, you can either use for the Japanese, for those right here, you could either use a purple seitan. It's on page 83 of the purple seitan. But the English chant is only in the red one. Okay. So we'll be chanting Jusei again. No man loves, no man loves, no man loves. 가건 처세가 이심을 저도 시강만록 세브저쇼각 가오무려고 의다이세슈 의사이쇼빙그 세브저쇼각 가시저브드도 묘셔저지뽀 극겸이셔모 세무조쇼각 리역그지쇼네 조에슈봉교 지금을 줘도 이쇼된리시 진리기에 달고 부셔무사이도 쇼조상금요 보살슈야구나 다이치에게 메시고모아 해석을 쇼아그도 스다스센슈모 어서저만족 이요로지모 니지가드저저기 탱검무게 이실가요서 고세그덕어 조다이슈즈 세모시시그 그여이 사이벗 그서그슈덕어 간내 신조마 덕의 상가요 여분음의계치 스다음이 흐셔 강악그에릭 도시살쇼서 시간야고가 다이세모간도 공구쇼대니 도지묘계 나만나 나만나 나 Na 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 아니 싱어 너그 묘도 세사이 너드 모다이시 오조 나로 no one knows, no one knows, no one knows, no one knows, no one knows.
Oh, no.
Now, if you'll turn, those that are here, turn your pages to page 117, 117. We're going to be chanting this verses reaffirming the vows, which is the Jusege translated into English. No one knows, no one knows, no one knows. So it's 117 of the red books, red Satan. I have made unrivaled vows and will reach this path. If I fail in any way, may I not attain, but should I not provide to all for countless to come 80 times of suffering, may I not attain, but I will reach enlightenment, but unless my Buddha name resounds throughout the universe, may I not attain, but I will practice of no wisely, mindfully, free of greed, seek to reach a supreme way, beyond God to one and all. May my power shine great light to and dispel the darkness of the three poisons and save all from suffering. With eyes of wisdom I'll remove the darkness of ignorance. I will close all evil paths, open gates of highest good. When I attain Buddhahood, light will shine throughout all lands, light brighter than sun and moon, outshining all heavenly lights, giving my virtues to all, not forsaking anyone. I will proclaim the Dharma like the roar of a great lion, bowing before all Buddhas, steadfastly gaining virtues with wisdom, fulfilling my vows. I shall be a guide to all, like the wisdom of my teacher. May my wisdom also shine all throughout the universe, and element one and all. If I shall fulfill these vows, may all lands tremble with joy. From the heavens, wondrous flowers rain down upon all the land. Namanaba. Namanaba. The virtue of Amitabha is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in a land of peace. No one knows, 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 no one knows. Okay. So once again, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our service. And I'm going to read a passage from one of Shinan Shonin's. It's called the it's from what we call the Jodo Wasan, which is a series of poems or hymns, they say. And there's so when Shinan Shonin was in his latter years, Shinan Shonin is the founder of Jodo Shinshu, right? His scrolls to the right of Amida Buddha. But in his younger years, Shinan Shonin wrote predominantly for other monks and learned individuals. So his earlier writing is predominantly in the more difficult, what we call kanbun, the Chinese characters. Okay, but as Shinan Shonin got older, you know what? Hang on a second. People here don't need to see me on the screen. As Shinan Shonin got older, he started writing much more and more to the average person, the farmers, the laborers, etc. And so his writing changed style. And he, instead of using the difficult Chinese characters, which could only be read by those who were educated, he started writing poems in simple Japanese language using the hiragana. Of course, there's some characters in there, but more using the local language as opposed to the Chinese characters. So he wrote a whole collection of what we call wasan, their poems. And there are, it's broken up into three major sections. One is called the Jodo Wasan. And here's a translation of Jodo Wasan. Jodo Wasan is based on the three Pure Land Sutras, as well as some other sutras that talk about Amida Buddha. And so he's got poems in there about all these. And then there's what we call the Koso Wasan, which is the poems on the seven patriarchs. And the seven patriarchs are on the very far left-hand side of the altar. You can't actually see it on the Zoom program. But so he wrote a selection of poems on that. And then the final one is called the Shozo Matsuwasan. And it's all on this latter age that we're in. But anyways, this one I'm reading today, it comes from the Jodo Wasan. And in the Jodo Wasan, there is a section, he calls it the 10 benefits of receiving the Nembutsu in this life. And this is one of the benefits that he talks about. And I'm going to read it now. If one utters Namo Amida Butsu, innumerable Buddhas of the 10 quarters walk around him hundreds and thousands deep and protect him with joy and delight. If one utters Namo Amida Butsu, innumerable Buddhas of the 10 quarters walk round him hundreds and thousands deep and protect him with joy and delight. So this is supposedly one of the benefits, is that there's unforeseen Buddhas that are walking around us and protecting us with joy and delight. Okay, so the reason why I share this with you, and I mentioned this yesterday a little bit when I was at the Fraser Valley Buddhist Temple. Last week I was talking here at our Shotsuki about how it's been 30 years since I became a Kaikyoshi minister. But yesterday at the Fraser Valley Buddhist Temple, when I was talking, I mentioned the fact that before I actually started my ministry, I spent, I think it was August, if I'm not mistaken. So this is August 1992. I spent a month here doing my orientation under then Bishop Murakami. Some of you, I'm sure, remember Bishop Murakami. He was actually here right in Steveston, right? And so I remember doing my orientation under Murakami Sensei. And we actually, I was telling the Fraser Valley Temple that I think I went there with him. There was a governor general who was visiting from the Honganji. His name was Bishop Inoue, and or Governor General Inoue. And Inoue Sensei was invited to go and give talks throughout Canada. And so I remember going with him, and he was actually talking about the benefits of receiving the Nembutsu teaching. And so these benefits that I was talking about right now. And one of the things that, so he interpreted this idea of the fact that when we utter Namo Amida Butsu, that there are these innumerable Buddhas that are surrounding us, protecting us with joy and delight. And how he interpreted that was that when we recite the Nembutsu, we get perspective in life. We get perspective in life, knowing that I am not here just by myself, that I am here because of multitude of causes and conditions. And we get to get a new perspective of life, of appreciation and joy, because we realize that there are others who are thinking about us, right? So as I was thinking about this, yesterday after the Fraser Valley service, and for those of you who have attended their service, they always have a potluck luncheon after the service. So we were downstairs eating, and one of the their staunch members, Miyoko Nagamatsu. Well, I guess she's not Nagamatsu. What's Paige's last name? Her grandmother's Nagamatsu, but Paige must be married. So, but anyways, Miyoko, who has Down syndrome, is a very, very staunch member who comes out regularly, to the services, and she loves attending the temple service. She loves doing bon odori, and afterwards, after we were eating downstairs, I was talking with a few people, and Miyoko comes up and she says, excuse me, sorry for interrupting," she says, "but Sensei, I had to let you know," she said, "I watch all your YouTube and I love your chanting," she says, right? And it made my day because, when I'm sure you've known people who have Down syndrome, they are very sincere when they say things. And so it made me realize, I thought, every time we have service at the end, I usually post them on our website. And one of the things you can do when you post it on the website, you can actually follow like how many people are looking at your videos. And periodically it would be like only one person has seen that video. But now I know who that one person is. And it makes it all that much better. But the point was, as you go through life, so the perspective that changed for me was knowing that Miyoko truly appreciated this, and it made me feel so much better. And so when we think about our lives, sometimes we can feel very isolated and we can feel very alone. But when we recite the Namo Amida Butsu, we realize we are not alone, that we are surrounded by people in this life, but also by all the Buddhas that are rejoicing at the fact that we are receiving the Dharma. And so out of deep gratitude, it brings joy into our hearts that we know that I'm not alone. And so with that, I'd like to ask you, please join me in Gasho as we recite again the Nembutsu in gratitude. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Incidentally, Miyoko said that her aspiration is to become a minister. And in fact, I think she could make a good one. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us today for our service. Now, next week, there still will be a Zoom service at 10 o'clock, but it's going to be the memorial for the BC Jodo Shinshu Buddhist Temple Federation. So next weekend, we have the convention here in Steveston. On the 17th, well, I will send you invitations because we have on the 17th a schedule of events, and we'll do some of it will be both broadcast over Zoom as well as in person. So I will send invitations to all those who attend this Sunday services, and you can join in whichever activities that are on Zoom. And then again on Sunday for 10 a.m. we'll be having our memorial service for the BC Federation. For the weekend, as our special guest speaker, we actually have my older brother, Roland Ikuta. I guess he's sensei now. Yeah, Roland Ikuta sensei will be joining us. He just completed his Kyoshi ordination in Berkeley, California. So he is now a Kyoshi minister of the Honganji, and he's going to be joining us, and it will be his first public engagement as a minister, joining us here for that for next weekend. Okay, so thank you all for joining us, and I hope you have an enjoyable rest of your day. Thank you. Namandos. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sensei.